Jessica, what can you tell us about this special weekend in Abu Dhabi? Of course, as an Aston Martin ambassador, I'm sure you must be feeling really gutted and really thrilled at the same time to be part of Sebastian Vettel's last weekend. It's not just one more weekend working for a Formula One team. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I mean, it would be a lie if I said that everybody wasn't extremely sad that Seb is leaving. But I guess from his point of view, when it's your time, it's your time. But yes, very, very sad weekend. He's had a huge influence on the sport, and he's just an all-round great guy. So yeah, very sad. But we all wished him the best of luck in whatever comes next.
You've been spending this year in W Series in your touring car campaign at the same time. What is it like to be racing in such a different kind of cars weekend after weekend?
It's not, I would say it's normally not ideal to be switching between a front wheel drive touring car and a single seater. But if there's one thing that I've lacked in my career, it's seat time. So this year I've had plenty of seat time. So I don't really see it too much as a negative. Maybe not, absolutely ideal. But for me, the amount of track time that I've had this year is the most track time that I've ever had. So really, it's been a positive. Sadly, I wasn't able to finish either of the championships. But yeah, it's been a fantastic year and a massive, massive learning curve.
What are your thoughts in general about the series, the strong points, the weak points that we can mention about W Series in general, with all the goals that they tried to set in these years?
Well, look, for me, the championship has been fantastic, especially the previous 2 years. I wouldn't have been racing if it wasn't for W Series. I don't come from a wealthy family or a wealthy background or anything like that. So for sure, it's creating opportunities for myself and for other, females within motorsport that may not have the backing behind them to compete. So it's been fantastic on that front. It's also been fantastic in giving the younger generation something to look at, because I think that motorsport is viewed as a man's sport, and whilst it's moved in the right direction a lot, we're a lot further forward than what we were a few years ago. Back when I first started, there were so few females in motorsport, and I think that we will really start to see the difference in a few years' time when the younger girls, that we've given them something to look at when they start coming through the ladder. So I think it's been a huge and massive positive influence on the sport, basically, and doing wonders for females in motorsport.
What kind of evolution could you see during the years in terms of the equality we're all pursuing for?
I've grown up watching Formula One. It's always been something that I've been interested in, something that I followed, but I've only really been as involved as I am for the last 2 years, obviously being with the team. So I joined, I guess, during COVID. There was a lot of restrictions last year, and things are more open now. But Formula One has changed so much. The fan base has changed. It's grown so much with Drive to Survive, and that we're seeing more and more fans of the sport, and more of those fans are female, which is fantastic. And it really is a family event. It's the pinnacle of motorsport, so, and as it deserves to be. Formula One has got such a buzz around it. There are not a number of races throughout the year. The atmosphere is great at every race, but the atmosphere at a specific few races is just incredible. And the amount of fans that turn up, and it's thought that I can't remember the exact stat, but it's only 20% or something of Formula One fans have ever been to a race. That's crazy, because the amount of people that come to races is a lot. And for that to only be 20% of the people that have been is mental. So yeah, the sport's growing, and it's like one huge massive family, I guess.